That's the only picture I can find. Anyway, hey guys, welcome to the next installment of the movie preview. Believe it or not, I can't believe it either, but we are in March. I don't know how we got here. The first 2 months flew by incredibly fast. And there's still a lot of shit that I'm behind on, but I don't want to be behind on this. I don't want to wait till fucking March 20th to get this out. So we're going to go ahead and do this live. But I do have, of course, a wonderful panel with me. Always happy to have her here. Every time. You guys love her. I love, but maybe not as much as I love her. Of course, it's Aly.
Hi. Thank you for having me again.
Yes. Always happy to have you on. And another person, I'm mostly happy to have him on, but I also don't know what the fuck he's doing most of the time. Just like him now, I don't know what he's doing. He looks like he's on a treadmill, but I don't believe he is. Here he is, Henry Ewing. Marching, yes.
I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm back so soon after Euphoria ended, but let's talk about the movies.
Yes. So to get into it, this tends to happen a lot, but March is a very packed month. There are a lot of movies coming out. I actually think it does look like a pretty promising month for movies overall. There's a lot of stuff coming out that I personally am very excited for. And so I'm excited to just get into it. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but we're going to go ahead and get started with this first one, which is a movie that I've been interested for quite a bit, and it's called The Pink Cloud.
Feliz aniversário.
Obrigado, pai.
Não fica assim. Ela vai passar.
Quando? Se a gente ficar trancado aqui muitos anos, tu vai querer ter um filho?
Não, nunca quis.
So this one, I heard about it a while ago, and I just found it, I mean, the timing of this is so fucking weird because obviously, you know, what this film is centered around is very similar to the way we've been living for the past like 2 years. So like, you know, it's very interesting, like timing wise when it comes to this movie, but I also found the premise to be very interesting. The idea that there's like this big cloud and nobody really knows when it's going to go away. And we kind of see like all these like relationships sort of like evolve and then start to sort of like devolve. It looks very interesting. I think there's a lot of potential with this concept. I just hope it's not one of those movies where it gets boring because they don't really know what to do with it, because I feel like that very well could happen with something like this. But overall, like, I really love the cinematography. I like the look and feel of this. I really like the idea behind it. And I think it's just really coincidental that they filmed this in 2019 and then, you know, look where we've been since then. So yeah, overall, I think this has a lot of potential. I'm definitely looking forward to this one. So I hope it's really good. But Aly, what do you think?
I actually didn't really know much about this one, like, prior to watching the trailer. But I mean, once I watched that, I thought it was pretty intriguing, and it definitely looks like it'll be pretty interesting to watch. I mean, hopefully. Yeah, I don't have a ton to say about it, but just from like the trailer, it definitely looks promising, and and foreign films are really cool, so I'm excited.
Promising young woman. Yes, the cloud is indeed very pink. This looks like an interesting film. Like, not sure why it was delayed so long, but
yeah,
cool to see it. I hope it's good.
All right, so the Pink Cloud, if you are looking forward to it, well, here's the thing. It's already come out. So it did come out on March 1st, so you guys can rent it now. I'm definitely going to check it out soon, and I hope it's really good. But the next movie we're going to be talking about, I know this is one that one person in particular on this panel is pretty excited for, so I am going to go ahead and let her introduce this one.
This one is The Weekend Away.
Kate?
Did you lose something?
My friend. You think it was an accident?
Oh my gosh. Ever since I found out about this one, I've been like really excited for, and Leighton Meester is one of my favorite actresses, and I've always thought she was really underrated because obviously like I know her from Gossip Girl, and then like her character's definitely like one of my all-time favorites. So every time I see her in a movie, I'm just like really hyped, and she definitely needs like more recognition. So I'm finally happy that she's getting a little bit more of that. So, and I think this movie I hope it's good because I really want it to be. I think just by the trailer, it will really showcase what she can do. So, I mean, hopefully it lives up to that expectation. I don't want it to flop.
Yeah,
it was me that was gonna talk.
Oh.
You can talk after.
I'll talk after.
No, the Weekend Away. So I really didn't know too much about this until Aly really brought it up. This is a movie like I want to be excited for this. I do, but there are two things that are really holding it back for me. One, the fact that it's a Netflix film, and it's the kind of Netflix film that really doesn't seem to do very well. Which are a lot of these like mystery thriller type films. Really, they do not do a very good job with them most of the time. I think of things like The Woman in the Window. I think of things like fucking Brazen that came out earlier this year. They do not tend to be very good. My other fear is that, to me at least, this just doesn't really look like anything that different from other films of its kind. It's like you have this girl, she's on vacation, and her best friend ends up vanishing, and she has to try to figure out what's going on. Like, that's kind of all this looks like to me. It doesn't really look like anything that's special. I hope it surprises me, but right now, I'm not really feeling it. But Henry, now you can talk.
All right. Yeah. The trailer looked better than like I was expecting because again, like Netflix stuff, but it reminded me of like stuff like The Flight Attendant, A Simple Favor, which I enjoyed both of those. So hope this is good. Like,
yes, A Simple Favor.
All right, so The Weekend Away, similar to the last movie, if you want to watch it, well, you can because it came out today on March 3rd.
Okay, I'll go watch it right now.
He actually was.
He'll be back. He'll be back, yeah. I think.
He'll probably just... Oh, yeah, he's back. That was funny.
Damn, that was a short watch.
Damn, I didn't know it was short. I didn't think
Netflix is down.
Oh, wow. Oh, no. Don't you hate it when that happens? But in all seriousness, if you're looking forward to The Weekend Away, it has come out, so definitely look forward to it. Now, the next movie we're talking about, it's a pretty small movie, I would say. This isn't really a movie that a lot of people know about, but Henry here is going to introduce it.
I'm the Batman.
Woo!
The Riddler is asking for you.
The killer left this for the Batman. Why is he writing to you?
You came. I've been trying to reach you.
Riddler's latest. It's all about the Waynes. If we don't stand up, no one will.
You got a lot of cats.
I have a thing about strays.
Yeah. It's Batman.
Yes.
We got Robert Pattinson, former Twilight and the Lighthouse star, as the Cape Crusader, and this looks pretty badass. We got Matt Reeves directing, and we got a stacked cast as well with Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman, Paul Dano as Riddler, Colin Farrell as Penguin, and we got Jeffrey Wright, John Turturro, Peter Sarsgaard, and Andy Serkis as well. So, and it's 3 hours, so probably an epic time.
Yeah, so I can't say too much about the Batman because I literally just came back from seeing it. We were supposed to do this on Monday, but I've had a very busy work schedule, and so I kind of just like fell asleep. And then we're supposed to do this yesterday when I didn't see it, but we're doing it today when I have seen it. So I really don't have much to add other than it was my most anticipated comic book movie of the entire year. It had a very sort of gritty on an authentic feel to it, different from other Batman movies, and I'll kind of just leave it at that. I don't really want to get too much into it, but Aly, go ahead since you haven't seen it.
I'm actually really excited to see this one. I'm probably gonna ask some coworkers and see if they want to see with me next week, like on my other days off. But I mean, I'm really excited.
I think that was a dog for a second, or a cat.
But yeah, I'm really excited to see how well this cast is and like their chemistry and everything. And obviously it's like 3 hours, so I'm sure it's going to be amazing because most movies that are really long tend to be good. So based on reviews,
not House of Gucci.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I definitely think this one's going to be a good one, and I'm very excited to see it. It's probably going to be one of the bigger movies of the year.
Yes, and I also hope that when the two of you do see it, you don't have this annoying fucking couple next to you that's talking throughout the whole thing. But no.
A couple of hotties.
If you are looking forward to The Batman, of course it does come out tomorrow on March 4th. Probably going to make a ton of money, which I am very happy about. But I'm not really happy about the whole AMC charging more for it than other movies. I think that you should just have the same pricing for every film, but that's a whole other different discussion. Either way, very excited for this one. Very much anticipated of the entire
I'm excited
month.
for Robert Pattinson to do porn if it fails.
He did say that. Yeah, so very excited for this one for sure, even though I've already seen it. Another film, the next one we're talking about is another film that I really can't say anything about, and that's a film called After Yang.
What happened to Yang?
I don't know. He shut down last night. He won't restart.
Has this happened before?
No.
If we can't get Yang fixed, I'm not gonna buy another sibling for Mika.
It is an interior core problem. I need your permission to break open the core.
Yeah, what are you doing, Henry? That's a good question. But no, in all seriousness, so After Yang, it's coming out on Showtime tomorrow, and that's about all I can say because I've already seen this movie. Sundance.
I'll show your time tomorrow.
I know. Anyway, yeah, so I was able to watch this during Sundance, like when it had won a bunch of awards. They were doing some award screenings, and I was able to see this one. It's really great. It's very heartbreaking and emotional, and that's all I can really say. I'm just going to turn it over to these two because I can't really say much else. But watch it. It's fantastic. Aly, go ahead.
I mean, obviously, I don't really know a ton about this one, but obviously it was a Sundance one, so it definitely sparked my interest then. And then I watched the trailer.
We're talking about on this list.
Yeah, and I watched the trailer the other day because I was going through them all, and I thought it looked really intriguing. I'm sure the acting looks really good, and the cinematography. Don't really have a ton to say. Just like I'm just excited to see it, and then most Sundance movies I think are pretty good, so I definitely have high hopes for it.
Yes.
Yeah, this one trailer looked cool, like style reminded me of Ex Machina a little bit, which is a film I love. So, and heard good things about it at Sundance, and I love Colin Farrell. So yeah, hope it's good. Cool plot.
Oh, yeah, Colin Farrell has 2 movies coming out this week. And only one of them he's recognizable in. So, but anyway, if you are looking forward to After Yang, it does come out on March 4th. Very much hoping this one does get a lot of love. I don't love the fact that it's going on to Showtime because I just feel like not a lot of people are going to watch it, but I really hope that it's able to get a really nice fan base because I do think this movie is something very special. But thankfully now we're switching gears to movies that I haven't seen, talking about this next one that Aly's going to introduce.
This one is Fresh.
I don't know how you do it, Molly. Do what? Dating people. No. You do not need a man, okay? So don't play the games. Just be you straight out the gate.
Do you live around here? Because I live on aisle 6. Oh, it's terrible.
Was kind of terrible.
That is Fresh, yes.
Hello, Fresh.
That is not what this movie's about. I'm very much about it.
I know. But anyway, this is another one I've been really excited to see. Also, Sebastian Stan's like really doing a lot this year.
This
he goes from Tommy Lee. He goes from Tommy Lee to this. So, I mean, honestly, just from like the premise and like the trailer, it looks super like crazy. And I'm just really hyped to see it. It definitely seems like something that'll probably be good. If it's not, I'll be very surprised. But yeah, the acting and everything looks great. The trailer is just super intriguing, and I'm really hyped for this one. I'm so excited.
Yeah, this one really piqued my interest. Pretty much back. It's oddly enough, this is another Sundance movie. We have 3 Sundance movies in a row that we're talking about. Actually, spoilers.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But when it comes to Fresh, this was one that like I knew what it was, but then the buzz coming out of it really intrigued me because it seems like this is a movie that like a lot of people are like very much like, you know, talking about in secrecy. You can't really discuss what this movie's really about. Something crazy apparently happens like the first like 40 minutes of the movie, and the movie turns into something completely different after that. And I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this trailer where like, you know, Daisy Edgar-Jones, who can I just say, I love the fact that she's doing something else. You guys know how much I loved Normal People, my favorite show of 2020. Very happy that she's getting more work overall. But I really like the premise where like she's going on all these different dates. It's not really working out, and she comes across Sebastian Stan, and it seems like this is the guy that things are going to work out. And then he's got a bit of he's got some activities that he indulges in that seem to be quite violent, and that's really all we know. Like, we don't really know what it's going to be. I assume it involves cannibalism, but I don't really know. We'll have to see what really ends up happening there. I think the 2 of them are going to be, I've heard amazing things about Sebastian Stan, especially in this movie. I've heard many people say this is like his best performance. So I'm very excited to see what he ends up doing here. I just think this film looks really mysterious. Looks like it's going to be something really intriguing, and really seems like one of those movies that like is really going to stick with you after it's ended. I hope that this turns out to be something really good. Very much one of my most anticipated of the month.
Yeah, this looks very interesting. Like, we got Bucky Barnes about to go Army Hammer, it appears. Yes, Adam McKay is producing follow-up to Don't Look Up.
Oh yeah, he is. I forgot.
Yeah. But yeah, the Batman is not a Sundance movie.
The next one we're talking about is, though. So that's what I meant by 3 in a row.
Yeah, I hope this is good.
All right. So Fresh, if you are looking forward to it, it does come out tomorrow on March 4th. I think this one has a lot of potential behind it. And the next one, once again, is another Sundance movie. This is another Sundance movie, Henry, that we're going to be discussing, that you're going to introduce.
All right, let's see, what the fuck is it? Lucy and Desi.
Yes.
My parents had these audio tapes.
Hello, hello. Hi there.
He said, "That's Lucille Ball." And I said, "Oh, man, that's a hunk of woman."
I was madly in love with Desi. I've never felt that way about anyone before. No one wanted him to play my husband because he was Cuban, and they wanted a real American couple.
The only reason I Love Lucy exists is because they wanted to be together.
A cubita bella.
L'chaim.
Look like a good documentary. Like, it's comes pretty quick after being the Ricardos,
Yeah.
Amazon film, which
I would assume that was intentional.
yeah, I think so. But yeah, we got some. Looks like it brings some insight into the show and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, so this one again is another one that like kind of really snuck up on me. And that's why we do this, Janaea, so we can, you know, shed light on some smaller films that people might not know about, in addition to ones that people do. But anyway, yeah, this one really kind of snuck up on me. I didn't really know. You know, I saw that it was at Sundance and I was going to watch it, but then it ended up getting a release date. And I was like, I'll just watch it on Amazon Prime then. Like you said, Henry, it's crazy how this is coming out like so close to Being the Ricardos. And what I think this one's going to do, you know, because I know Being the Ricardos was like a very divisive film. Some people really love it. Some people thought it wasn't that satisfying. Seems like this is a much more like straightforward, like documentary about Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz and like really diving deep into like their relationship, which I know a lot of more people wanted from Being the Ricardos. So yeah, I think this has a lot of potential. As you guys know from Being the Ricardos review, I Love Lucy is a show that I very much do enjoy. It's a show I used to watch a lot with my mom because it's like one of her favorite shows. And so it always has a special place in my heart. And, you know, getting to see like the interworkings of like how the show came to be and sort of like the romantic relationship between these two and what was going on behind the scenes, you know, I'm very interested in getting into all of that. I think that's going to be very interesting here. And, you know, seeing their kids kind of like, you know, give their perspectives as well. I just think this could be a really effective documentary. Exciting that Amy Poehler is also directing. I would have never expected her to direct something like this. So I'm excited to see what she ends up doing. But yeah, overall, I have a lot of faith for this. There aren't a lot of documentaries that we tend to talk about on the movie previews these days, but this is one that I felt like was pretty relevant, especially given, you know, recent films. So I figured we put it on there, and I think it has a lot of potential for sure.
I haven't seen like the original I Love Lucy, but I definitely want to go back and watch at some point. Because obviously I watched Being the Ricardos. And then this one actually looks really cool too. Just like the documentary and everything and on their life and like getting more in. I like that it's going to get more into their relationship and stuff. Yeah, I don't really.
We're not talking about Peter Rabbit. We're not talking about
that. But yeah, I don't have a ton to say about this one. Just like I'm excited to like find out more about Lucy and Desi and everything. And yeah, I definitely want to go back and watch the series because it seems interesting for sure.
All right. So if you guys are looking forward to Lucy and Desi, it does come out on Amazon Prime on March 4th. Very much looking forward to this one. Unfortunately, we switched gears from a movie I'm looking forward to one that I'm just kind of questioning why it really is a thing. And that is just from the title, you can tell what kind of movie this is going to be. It's called Asking for It.
We are men. We founded this country on our backs. Now they want us to give up power willingly into the hands of people who are incapable of wielding it. Over my dead body.
What the fuck?
This one. Look. I'll say this right off the bat. There's a lot of things that this movie is covering that is very important. Obviously, you know, when it comes to like, you know, sexual assault and things like that, all of that stuff is very relevant subject matter. That's stuff that, you know, should have, light shed on it and things like that. but doing it in the manner that this movie is very much not, I think, the ideal way to do so. This movie reminds me of a film. I don't know if either of you have seen it, but it's from Sam Levinson, actually. It's called Assassination Nation. And that movie, that gives me a very similar vibe to this film. That is a very obnoxious and very on-the-nose film that like really kind of like shoves its messages down your throat. It's not very subtle with anything. And this movie seems very similar to that. Like, you do have a pretty good cast here. You know, I like Vanessa Hudgens. I like Ezra Miller. Alexandra Shipp, I'm a pretty big fan of in most things that she's in. So it does have a good cast behind it. I just think as a movie, it just looks really fucking obnoxious, and it seems like one of those films that like its entire thing is just a message. Like, there isn't really a plot here. There's not really a lot that's going to happen. It's going to get very repetitive after a while. A lot of the dialogue is really just not doing it for me at all. And again, like, I think that this is a very good topic, but it just doesn't really seem like this movie's really going to do all that much with it. It's going to be very obvious. It's going to tell you stuff that you already know. And when you have a movie like this, like, one wonders why it even really needs to exist. So yeah, I just think this looks really bad overall. There's some good actors in here, but oof, this does not look like it.
I will say, yeah, like you said, I like that they cover certain topics, so that's always important. But this film, it looks really cheesy, and like the dialogue is pretty bad. But I will say I am excited to watch it just because it seems very entertaining. And obviously, like, I like the cast. Like, I love Vanessa Hudgens, and this cast is very stacked. So at least that will make me like more tricked into it. But like, other than that, obviously, I don't think it looks that great. But I am excited to just see this one because it just looks really fun, but also cheesy. So, yeah.
Yeah, Kevin, this looks like some shit you would make me watch with like Bella Thorne or something.
It does have a vibe.
Yeah, this is just does not look that good. Like, I don't know what some of the people are doing in here. Like, I don't know why like Ezra Miller is here or Gabrielle Sidibe or Vanessa Hudgens. Like, I mean, do these get money? Like, I don't know.
I feel like the Saban logo says it all. Like,
not Saban Films.
I know. Like, I didn't even realize it was one. And then when I was editing this trailer, I was like, oh no, this is really gonna be something bad.
Was this Guns Akimbo?
I guess, yeah. Or the movie Jackson and I never finished with Keanu Reeves, Siberia. We still never finished that. Yeah, so if you are looking forward to asking for it, it does come out on March 4th, which of course is tomorrow, but we'll see how it turns out. I really don't have much excitement for this one, very much at all. But that's everything coming out on March 4th. Now we're going to get into March 11th, which is a very strange time for releases because like there was supposed to be a theatrical release this week, and then Disney was like, no, we don't want to do that. And they put their only like big theatrical release onto Disney Plus. And Aly here is going to introduce said film.
This is Turning Red.
May May, breakfast is ready. It's coming. It's gonna be me.
I was bopping to that. I'm actually really excited to see this one. I do think it deserves to be in theaters, not just streaming services. Just because, like, based on the animation and like everything, it looks like it's gonna be like really well done. I mean, hopefully, I hope it's like something we expect to be good, but it's really bad. I hope it's not like that. Yeah, but that song in the trailer, it's very catchy, so makes me think of my childhood. But yeah, overall, I think I'm really excited to see this film. But yeah, it definitely deserves like theater for sure.
I'll be honest, like Pixar films I usually get really excited for. They're the best animation studio working today. I don't think there's any disputing that whatsoever. The fact that they're as far into their filmography as they are, and they're still making quality films, like really just says a lot about how great they are. You know, I love challenging themes and things like that. But from the second I've seen this teaser trailer, you know, it just hasn't been doing it for me. I'll be honest. Like, I just have not been a big fan of really any of the marketing. I don't think it looks very funny. I think the plot itself, it just looks way too obvious. Like, I feel like Pixar is a lot more subtle when it comes to like their metaphors than this. And this is like very on the nose, very simple. It honestly feels like something that would probably work better as like a short film. Like if we had a short film about a girl that, you know, every time she gets angry, she transforms into like this big red panda, like that could be a really funny idea. There's a lot that you can do with that. It's also very telling to me that the director of this film did the short film Bao, which was, of course, a short film, one of the best of the Pixar short films, I think, for sure. But I just don't know if this is really going to work as a full movie. I feel like it's going to get very just kind of boring after a while. I like Sandra Oh pretty much in anything she's in. There's another movie we're talking about later that she's in as well. Like, I'm happy to see her getting work. But I don't know. This one just hasn't done it for me. Animation's great, obviously. And I'm sure there'll be like some cute moments here and there. But to me, at least, this looks very like not bad Pixar, but very like mid-tier Pixar, I would say. I'm just not really feeling this one very much at all. Like, and I will say, like, no matter what I say, like, this should absolutely be going to theaters. Like, it's honestly ridiculous that they made the call when they did, because, I mean, look at things now. Like, nothing else is getting delayed. Every other movie pretty much stayed in their release dates, you know, after like January. And so I just feel this was a really dumb call for Disney to make. It really just seems like they have something against like Pixar as a studio. And that's a whole other like larger conversation. I've tweeted about it before, but just in general, like, these animators work very hard. Let them put their movies in theaters. Don't have them, you know, especially consult them if you're going to make a change like this. If you're going to make a giant fucking leap to where it's not going to go to theaters and it's going to be on streaming, consult them first. But that's a whole other discussion that we're not going to get into here. I don't think this looks very good, but I wish that it was going to theaters, and I will leave it at that. Henry, go ahead, or Red, whatever you are, go ahead. Very good insight. Damn.
But
that's
wow. We got this definitely deserves to go to theaters, but that's what people get for not seeing Kanto in theaters, I guess. Because that they're a lot better on Disney Plus. So
we don't talk about Bruno, more like we don't talk about Bob Chapek because he's ruining everything.
True.
Asshole. But yeah, the trailer. Yeah, the animation style is like pretty cool. Like, it reminds me of like Studio Ghibli, but the trailer like feels like a DreamWorks movie. Yeah, like I hope it's good. Like, I've at least enjoyed all of Pixar's movies, like, and to some degree. So I have like some hope for this one, but I don't know. And I know like Billie Eilish did some songs for this, which is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I did hear about that.
But yeah, I think like it might go to some theaters though, because I was reading something about that earlier.
Yeah, I read about that too, and I'm just kind of like, why don't you just like reverse the decision? Like, like, I feel like it's very easy it'd be very easy for them to do that. They were literally showing the trailer in theaters for like forever. So like, why not just like whatever. But anyway, yeah, I think that's what it might be for me too. Like, it doesn't really feel like a Pixar movie very much at all. But either way, if you are looking forward to Turning Red, it does of course come out on March 11th. Wish it was going to theaters, but That is obviously not the case. The next movie we're talking about, though, is also not going to theaters. It's a Netflix movie.
Why not?
But it definitely
Why?
looks like, I don't know. It is. But Henry here's going to introduce it.
That is The Adam Project.
Yes.
Do you remember this? I mean, if this is happening to me, it already happened to you, right? Unless it works more like a multiverse where each shrimp creates an alternate timeline.
A multiverse. My God, we watch too many movies.
Yeah, this looks like a cool sci-fi movie, like with Ryan Reynolds and Mark Ruffalo, and there's some. I actually didn't hear much about this. Like, I remember hearing the trailer came out, but
yeah,
I didn't watch it till recently, and it looks really good. Like, has some time travel elements and stuff, so interested in seeing what that's all about. Like, from the Academy Award nominated director of Big Fat Liar, Cheaper by the Dozen, and The Internship, and Free
Cinematic
Guy.
masterpieces all around.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to this one. This was similar to you. It kind of just snuck up on me. I didn't really know this was a thing. But then finding out about it actually sounded really intriguing. And I think the marketing has honestly been really good. Anything with time travel usually does have me very excited, but I really like the plot of this one where we're focusing on he had literally as a team his younger self to save the future. I think that's a really fun idea. And Ryan Reynolds and the kids seem like they're going to work really well together. They're gonna have a really good back and forth. So I'm excited to see, what they're really going to do. I think this film really is going to play to Ryan Reynolds' strengths as an actor. So I think he's going to always, he always does a great job, but I think he's going to give a really good performance here. And then, Mark Ruffalo and Jennifer Garner being in here, I think they're going to be really good here too. And Zoe Saldana, really great cast all around. Catherine Keener as well. And then of course, Sean Levy, coming off the heels of Free Guy. I like that he's doing different stuff. He's trying to challenge himself as a director. Yes, it's another film with Ryan Reynolds, but it honestly does look pretty different in tone, especially the first trailer. It seems like it has more of an adventure type feel to it. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to this one. I think it looks like a lot of fun. It could honestly be heartwarming at points as well. I think in terms of Netflix movies, coming out this month especially, this for sure looks like one of the better ones.
I'm really excited to see this one. I feel like for a Netflix movie, it's definitely going to be pretty high up on rankings.
Yeah.
I can see it doing really well.
Our rankings, is this an org?
Yes, no, I'm just kidding. No, I can see it being really well done and people actually liking it. And obviously Ryan Reynolds, I love him so much, and Zoe Saldana's great. And then my childhood heart is very happy that Jennifer Garner and Mark Ruffalo are back together.
Yes.
I'm just really excited for that. And so, yeah, the cast is stacked and the storyline just seems very intriguing. And just this movie as a whole looks great so far. I can't wait to see it. And Blake Lively on the red carpet looked really pretty, supporting Ryan. I want that dress. But anyway, I'm really excited to see this one.
All right, so The Adam Project, if you're looking forward to it, it does come out on March 11th. Definitely looking forward to this one. Now we're going to switch gears from a Netflix movie to a bit of a smaller one. It actually is a smaller one. I'm not fucking with you guys this time. It is a smaller release here, and it's called Gold.
One of us will have to get the excavator to get it out.
I think I'll stay with the gold.
You gotta watch your water. Gotta stay out of the sun. Ain't no joke out here.
How much longer?
Going as fast as I can.
Yeah, so this one I've heard about for quite a bit, mainly just Zac Efron's involvement. And I will say, I think it's cool that he is doing different kinds of films. I like that he is really trying to like challenge himself as an actor. I've been a big fan of him recently, but aside from his involvement, this just doesn't really look like anything that's special to me. It kind of just looks like every other type of survival type thriller that we've seen. They're going hunting for gold. Other guy doesn't make it. Zac Efron is stranded and basically has to survive on his own. That's kind of it. It doesn't really look like anything that's special beyond that. I hope it turns out to be something more. I'm not a huge fan of the director that's involved with this, Anthony Hayes. I'm not a huge fan of him. But yeah, overall, I'm just not really feeling this one. It doesn't really look like anything that's special to me. I think Zac Efron's going to give a really good performance, but beyond that, it looks just kind of fine.
I didn't know anything about this movie at all before the trailer. But like based on watching it, it could either be really good or really bad.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Zac Efron, I feel like could give a strong performance, but as of right now, I kind of have mid expectations. Like, I don't know how well it's gonna do.
It's mid.
Like, I don't know. Like, if it's gonna be, I don't know how good it's gonna be, but hopefully it's good. But we'll see.
Yeah, the trailer gave me like some Taylor Sheridan vibes. So
actually, yeah, it did.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Like, love seeing my cousin Troy Bolton getting some more work. Yeah.
Shout out to your high school. We are not going to play music right now. But Gold, if you are looking forward to it, it does come out.
Fuck music.
Yeah, very much fuck music.
I've never seen that movie.
Good.
Don't. If you're looking forward to Gold, it does come out on March 11th. I hope it turns out to be something good, but I'm not really holding out hope for it. So the next one we're talking about, guys, I kind of lied. I did, because I said that there is not a theatrical release coming out this week. Well, it turns out there actually is. But for some reason, like, this is the movie that is getting a theatrical release, and I can't for the life of me understand why, considering the kind of movie that it is. But Aly here is going to introduce it.
This is Tyson's Run.
Didn't it ever occur to you that maybe he wants to go to your school, to be near you, to be part of your world?
Tyson is not.
Say it, Bobby. Normal?
He's not ready.
Hello, Father.
What happened to your shirt?
Hey, yo, Tyson, come sit with us.
I'm gonna keep this short and sweet. This does not look good. It's looks very cheap. And I don't have high expectations for this movie at all.
I just I don't know why this is coming to theaters. Like, you delay you Turning Red goes on to streaming, but this goes to theaters. Are you fucking kidding me? Is that where we are as like a theatrical landscape at this point? I just don't really understand it. Everything about this movie, like, Henry, you said asking for it seems like something that I'd make you watch. This seems like something you'd make me watch. Like, this very much seems like something that you'd make me watch, especially the cheapness of it all. I don't understand how this got a theatrical release. I like Rory Cochrane. I like Amy Smarts. I like Barkhet Abdi, but not in this movie. This looks really bad. I'm not going to say much more than that, but it looks really fucking hokey. It looks like a movie that could maybe be on like Hallmark or something like that. And this looks bad.
Yeah, this looks bad. Like, I'm not watching this shit. Like, the fact that this was filmed in 2018 and it's just getting released now, it says for itself.
It looks it looks like a cast movie.
It does. Maybe we should cast it.
Cast.
I don't know. I only know I only know Uvu.
Uvu?
Yes. But if you are looking forward to Tyson's Run, if there is anyone out there that's looking forward to this movie, I feel like no one knows it exists aside from the fact that you are able to get tickets for it right now at theaters. It does come out on March 11th. I don't know why the hell it's coming to theaters, but knock yourselves out, I guess. But this next one we're going to talk about is another movie coming out on March 11th that Henry here is going to introduce. So go ahead.
That is Ultrasound.
The master bed. Art. But listen, Cindy's in there.
Ultra Club.
You should go in there and get in bed with her. I don't know her, but I saw you looking at her. Come on. What? You, the looks. You were staring at her.
Come on. Whoa. Back off a little bit, all right? I wasn't staring at your wife.
What is going on?
I can't.
Explain it to me at this stage in the process.
Yeah. I don't know much about that, but looks like it has like a very cool style. So
yeah,
it'd be interesting. Like
yeah, I don't have much to say about this one at all, mainly because I just don't remember the trailer very much. Like when I was watching other trailers, this was not really one that stuck out to me. It didn't look particularly bad from what I remember, but it didn't really stick with me that much either. The only thing I will say is that Rainey Qualley is in this movie, and the last movie she did was a movie for the Daily Wire. So I don't really know what that says about this. Yeah, that's I'll leave it at that. It doesn't look terribly interesting, although it does have a pretty unique style, like you said.
Yeah, I kind of agree. Like it wasn't really memorable as a trailer.
No.
I mean, it looks fine, I guess. But yeah, it definitely looks a little trippy and unique, but
yeah,
I don't know. I might watch it. We'll see. It could be good. It could be bad. Who knows?
Will be the next big gold brick.
Oh God, not that.
But if you're looking forward to Ultrasound, it does come out on March 11th. I hope it turns out to be something good, but we'll have to see. That's everything coming out on March 11th. We're going to go ahead and get into the next week where there are actual theatrical releases coming out. We don't have fucking Tyson's Run that we have to talk about. Which the only reason we talk about that is because it is a wide release for some reason. But getting into March 18th, we start off with this next movie where actually didn't have a trailer for a little bit, but because we held this off for a while, thankfully, this was able to get a trailer before we filmed this video. So we are, of course, going to talk about it, and that is Uma.
Your life is so retro. Do you even have a phone?
No.
So how do you talk to your friends?
My mom is my friend.
Stop! Turn it off! Who are you?
Okay, so right off the bat, like aside from the fact that this film has had terrible marketing to the point where it's a movie coming on March 18th and we didn't know it existed until like 2 weeks ago, I honestly think this looks pretty good. And that surprised me because I thought this was a movie that they were just kind of like shoving into theaters, but I honestly like what I'm seeing here. I like the premise here where we center on, Sandra Oh's character, who is this Korean immigrant, and her and her daughter kind of live on this farm. And eventually she comes across like the ashes of her mother, and there's like this spirit that unleashes. And it seems like there's a lot that you can do with that. There's a very interesting story going on. Really good cast as well, besides Sandra Oh, Dermot Mulroney, Odeya Rush, who I've really been liking recently. I just think this has a lot of potential. It looks very creepy, but it also seems like it could have some really interesting, sort of parallels to, real world situations and things like that. I just think this film has a lot of potential. I don't see a lot of people talking about it, understandably, because it kind of just like came out of nowhere. And I don't think the releasing has been very good, like I said. But overall, I'm definitely looking forward to this one.
This one actually does look really interesting and intriguing. Yes. I always love Sandra Oh. She's phenomenal. And like ever since like Grey's Anatomy.
Very overlooked actress, I feel like.
She is. But yeah, this film looks really creepy and scary, but and I'm kind of like iffy with horror stuff, but I'll still watch them. I am excited to watch this one. looks really like the cinematography looks really good, and I think I do have high hopes for this one.
Henry.
Oh, what's up?
We're gonna talk about Uma.
Oh yeah. Looks like some pretty cool horror stuff. Like we got Sandra Oh looking like she's giving a good performance, and yeah, like Sam Raimi producing, so good shit.
All right, so Uma, if you are looking forward to it, it does come out on March 18th. But also coming on March 18th is another movie that I'm very excited for. I wish I was introducing it, but I'm not. Aly here is going to introduce this movie.
This one is X.
And my wife, Pearl, is next door, so I would appreciate a little discretion.
He don't know what we're doing, does he?
Well, it's better to beg for forgiveness and ask for permission.
Would you like to come inside?
Much obliged.
XXX Tentacion.
I'm really excited to see this one.
It's not about him.
I wish this one will come to my theater because my theater seems to get a lot of like releases late besides like really new ones. But I'm really excited to see this one. The storyline and just everything looks super intriguing. Jenna Ortega is having like a great year so far.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see more of what she can do. And then Brittany Snow, I always find to be really underrated and very like she's a really good actress, and like I think this movie can also really show what she can do as well because she's great in everything she's in, but like this one she can really show like her acting skills. But yeah, I have really high hopes for this one, and it has lots of potential, and I am so excited to see it.
I am so hyped for this one. This is absolutely my kind of shit. I mean, right off the bat, it being an A24 horror film, that automatically has me excited. But then looking at this cast here, this is such an interesting like group of actors. I love the fact that Mia Goth finally gets to lead a film. She's usually like supporting or, you know, has like a bit part, but she actually gets to be the lead in this movie. And I'm excited to see, you know, what she is really going to do. I think her character seems very interesting. You know, where she's like, you know, this she's like this director and she feels like she has to be famous and things like that. Jenna Ortega, I mean, like you said, just having such an amazing year as an actress, the way that she has blown up so quickly. I can't think of many actors that had this many like impressive projects like back to back. So I'm excited to see, of course, what she ends up doing here. And then fucking Kid Cudi just like doing all this stuff these days. I just love seeing him continually, you know, getting more work as an actor. I think he gets better and better in every project he's in. He seems like he's going to do a really good job. I would have never expected Brittany Snow to be in something like this, but I think she's going to give a really strong performance for sure. And just the premise alone, like it's just such a wacky premise where, you know, we're focusing on this film crew. They're trying to shoot like a porno and they come across this like elderly couple because they need like a place to film, and you know, a lot of weird shit ends up going down after that. This just seems right up my alley. I have not watched much of Ty West's other films. I've heard nothing but great things about his filmography, but I definitely will try to dabble into that before this movie comes out. This is one of those movies where like every time I see the trailer for it, I get so excited. I love the aesthetic to it as well, especially when it comes to like the way that they're making the stuff with, you know, whenever we cut to like the adult film they're making it look like a film from the 70s. I think that's really cool. It's very like grainy and shit, and I like that a lot. I think this film just has a ton of potential behind it. It's easily one of the most anticipated of the entire month, and I cannot wait for this to come out. Very much looks like my kind of horror film.
Yeah, looks like some really good shit, some scary stuff. Like we got a great cast with Mia Goth and Jenna Ortega and Brittany Snow and Kid Cudi, and yeah, it's like there's gonna be some twists and turns, and I'm excited to see what it's all about.
All right, so X, if you're looking forward to it, it does come out on March 18th. Very much hyped for this one, but we're going to talk about the next one here, which is another movie that was supposed to get a theatrical release initially, and then they were like, no, that's not happening. Let's throw it on Hulu. You know, that's always a great sign when that happens, but who knows these days, because that happens with fucking every movie. So Henry here is going to introduce it once I'm able to pull up the trailer, because it's taking forever to fucking upload, even though there's not much to show because the trailer is literally just one scene. But Henry's going to introduce it regardless, and I'm just waiting for this to... Okay, go ahead. So what's the movie?
Deep Film, Deep Water.
That is not the title. Yes, that is the title.
Why are you the only man who wants to stay with me?
I don't know.
Are you too?
I do.
So I remember this was like anticipated for a while, because like it was supposed to come out in like 2020, but then it didn't. But it's coming out now, and I think it was supposed to go to theaters, but
yeah, it was.
Then like Disney just never marketed it. Like, so it's gonna be like a Hulu movie in the US and Amazon movie everywhere else now. Yeah. And yeah, the trailer did not tell me like anything. It's just literally those two talking, and I remember like right when like the pandemic started, like their relationship was like a hot topic for a minute.
Yeah.
But that
and now it's not.
Yeah. But we do have Sam Levinson co-writing the screenplay, which is interesting.
Yeah, that's true.
And yeah, I'll probably watch it, but we'll see how it is.
Yeah, I don't know about this one, to be honest with you. Look, there's a lot of intrigue, especially with it being, Ben Affleck and Ana de Armas, and, them when they were, I think, are they still together? I can't remember. I don't think they're still together. Yeah, they broke up. I thought they did.
He's dating J-Lo.
Yeah, there was a lot of intrigue when the two of them were still together, and now they're not together anymore. This trailer gave me absolutely nothing. Half of the trailer is literally Ben Affleck getting a hand job and moaning. So, I can't really say too much in regards to the quality of the movie. But I will say that I think the premise sounds very interesting, where, we're focusing on this couple that's, kind of fallen out of love. And apparently they, start playing these, mind games that, cause them to see people around them dying. That sounds interesting to me. You got a good cast here besides those two: Tracy Letts, Lil Rel Howery, Finn Wittrock. Jacob Elordi actually is in this as well. And of course, like you said, Sam Levinson is co-writing, so I'm excited to see, what he ends up bringing to the table. The director for this film, it's not shocking that the director of this movie is directing this film, because they've directed stuff like Indecent Proposal and things like that, which is another erotic thriller. So yeah, we'll have to see how this one turns out. I hope it turns out to be something really good, but just again, based on how little promotion this has gotten, how little marketing it's gotten, I don't have a lot of faith. I hope it's good, but we'll see. I'm cautiously looking forward to this one. I think, I don't know.
Well, this one scene we saw, that was deep.
Deep in something else, if you know what I mean.
Deep in that.
But
there you go.
I hope it's good. I don't really have any expectations at the moment. Hopefully the cast, I'm sure the cast will be great. Obviously, it's pretty stacked, but I don't know how this movie's gonna turn out. Hopefully it's good. I'm excited to at least watch it. But yeah, I don't really know what to really say about it at the moment, but we will see.
Yeah, so if you're looking forward to Deep Water, it does come out on March 18th. I hope it turns out to be something really good. Now, this next one we're talking about is another theatrical release that I, again, don't really know how it's really going to be, but we are going to go ahead and introduce it once it finishes uploading. Once again, these take forever. StreamYard's really annoying and only lets you add a certain amount of videos at once. So I just got to wait until, okay. The next movie is called The Unbreakable Boy.
I have a condition called osteogenesis imperfecta. Those are big words, but it basically means my bones break easily. I've broken my arms, my nose, my ribs, my feet, pretty much everything. I also have autism. But hold on, I don't want to lose my train of thought. Where was I? Oh, yeah!
So this one is very interesting. I remember I saw the trailer for this during, I don't remember, The King's Daughter, I think is what I saw the trailer for when this, the trailer for this behind. And it still hasn't come online yet for some reason. It just they haven't promoted this movie like at all. The only footage I could find was on Facebook. That's why it looked the way it did. The movie is not going to be in like that quality or anything, so don't worry. I was honestly kind of surprised by how not terrible this looked. I think it does have some potential behind it. It seems like they're doing a good job of shedding light on this disease that we don't really see portrayed a lot in film and things like that. I don't know if the young actor in this film, if he actually does have that condition, if he is on the spectrum in real life, but it seems like he's going to do a pretty good job overall. And then Zachary Levi, very strange movie for him to be in, but I hope he gives a good performance here. Patricia Keaton as well. I think this film does have some potential behind it. It didn't look as terrible as I expected it to be. Does it look like amazing? No, but it looks okay, decent, I guess. We'll have to see, but yeah, I mean, I hope it's still coming out because we're talking about it, but they haven't promoted it well, so maybe it's not. I don't know. Either way, it looks fine. Aly, go ahead.
Yeah, this one looks interesting. I hope it's good. I don't want it to be bad. That would suck. No. But we'll see.
We hear the music. We know that.
Yeah, I don't really remember much from the trailer when I first watched, but it looks fine. I'm definitely gonna watch it, so just hoping it's good.
Yeah, I don't know about this one. Like the fact that there's like so little marketing is just really weird, but I don't know, maybe it'll be okay, but I don't have that high hopes for it.
Yeah, so The Unbreakable Boy, don't really know how this one's going to turn out, but it does come out on March 18th. If you guys are looking forward to it, it allegedly is coming out then, but who even fucking knows if it's coming out? Because like I said, they have not done a very good job in marketing it at all. The next one we're talking about is another Disney Plus movie, but it's one that was not supposed to go to theaters. This was a Disney Plus film, and it's another one of those like pointless fucking remakes that like Disney's doing because they own Fox stuff now and they want to do it. And Aly here is going to introduce this one once it finishes uploading once again. We're just gonna wait until this finishes.
And what do you pay for StreamYard for?
Exactly.
Also, while we're waiting, this is brought to you by Bubbly Water.
All right, well now it's brought to you by Introduce the Movie because it uploaded.
Perfect timing.
Yes.
This is cheaper by the dozen.
I'm Zoe. DJ.
Let's go! Harish! Up and at 'em!
And
Harish!
that's not fun.
Morning, Paul!
We turned our two families into one.
That's not
rise and shine!
Wake up, Ella, or this video goes on your Instagram in 3, 2.
Dad, no! Touch me, lose a finger.
Good morning to you too.
Luna, strong choice. Suggestion, take off one thing.
Solid advice. Ow, dryer's broke again.
How did you get down here so fast?
Laundry chute.
Let's go, let's go, let's go!
We're not a cult.
But we're weird. We're one of a kind all the way.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks. I really feel like there were a few extra children in there.
I didn't recognize some of them.
Okay, the first thing I thought of when I watched this trailer, it does not give me Cheaper by the Dozen remake vibes. It gives me Yours, Mine, and Ours, because
yes.
that movie is like two families going together. Cheaper by the Dozen is just a couple having 12 kids. So yeah, this is definitely more Yours, Mine, and Ours. It looks fine, I guess. It looks okay. It looks kind of like simple and cheesy, but it looks fun, I guess. It looks like a fun movie you can watch with your family or friends, whoever. Maybe I'll watch it with my sister, who knows. But yeah, I don't have high expectations for it, but it definitely looks fun.
Yeah, this one, I'll be honest, like maybe Disney has just set the bar so low with like things like Home Sweet Home Alone and their Ice Age movie and things like that like I didn't think this looked terrible. I think it does have some potential behind it, mainly just because of Zach Braff and what's her name? Zach Braff and who else is in? Oh, Gabrielle Union. Gabrielle Union. Yes, it seems like those two are gonna do a good job in this movie. It seems like they have pretty solid chemistry overall. There's some actors that I like in this movie, but other than that, I mean, I don't really have too much to say. I just don't think it looks terrible. But like you said, like it doesn't really seem like Cheaper by the Dozen at all. It doesn't really seem like they understand the property all that much. But I also don't really remember the Cheaper by the Dozen movies. I didn't watch them that much growing up.
I love those movies. I've seen them so much.
So yeah, that's really all I got to say. It doesn't look terrible, but is it necessary? Absolutely not. It's not really doing much to justify its existence, in my opinion.
Yeah, I grew up with the Steve Martin Cheaper by the Dozen movies, and this kind of looks like shit, not gonna lie. But I'm still probably gonna watch it because I did like those movies, but yeah, like I hope Gabrielle Union and Zach Braff at least do good jobs, but my expectations are low, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, Disney just continues remaking movies that don't need to be remade and have no demand to be remade. But anyway, if you're looking forward to Cheaper by the Dozen, it does come out on March 18th. I hope it's not the worst thing ever, but we'll have to see. Speaking of the worst thing ever, we're going to talk about this next movie here that, Henry here's going to introduce.
That is Alice.
You must have hit your head real hard. Do you know you're in Georgia? Do you know it's 1973?
Well, I'm gonna need you to fill this out for me.
I don't ride.
Yeah, that one looks like it could be something interesting. Like I know it was a Sundance movie, and yeah, we got Keke Palmer and Common, and it's pretty cool style, but yeah, we'll see.
Oh my God, this one. Look, this is one of those movies that at first I was very intrigued by, seeing Keke Palmer. I like seeing her get a lot more work. This seems to be kind of like a resurgence here for her a bit. Like she's got this and Nope later and Lightyear as well. So like, I think that's really great. The problem is this movie itself is giving me major Antebellum vibes. And you guys know how I felt about that movie. Like this very much is reminding me of that. It doesn't help that it's a very similar premise as well. I'm hoping this film is not nearly as like insensitive and gross as that one was, because my God, that film was just really hard to watch in so many aspects and was so just like ill-conceived. And I really don't like the idea of this movie where it's like, oh, she thinks she's on a plantation, but oh, it's actually like the 70s and things aren't that much better and things like that. Like, I just don't really like the idea of that. I think Keke Palmer and Common are going to be pretty good, but especially the reviews coming out of Sundance and what people have said, I do not have a lot of confidence in this at all. I really feel like this is a film that seems kind of irresponsibly handled, to be honest with you. I hope they don't show too much of like the plantation stuff because, you know, I just hope it's not like Antebellum. That's what I'm saying. I hope we don't get like fucking 40 minutes of just them living on a plantation and it's literally like torture slavery porn. I don't want to see that at all. Nobody needs to see that. And I feel like a movie like that being made in 2022 is just kind of gross. But yeah, I hope this isn't terrible. I don't really have a lot of high hopes though. And yeah, I want to be excited, but just based on the things I've heard and the way the trailer was conceived, I don't have a lot of hopes.
Very interested in, definitely. I went
Why am I echoing?
I don't know.
Yeah. Before all the Sundance reviews, I was excited for this one, but now it's just like, yeah, no, I'm not really excited for it at all. I mean, I'm sure Keke Palmer will be great acting wise, but like just the story, it's gonna be problematic. I have very low expectations for this one. Maybe I'll watch it. We'll see. But yeah, I don't see it having a ton of potential.
Yeah, stop making slavery movies, please. That'd be nice. But Alice, if you're gonna do it, do like the Underground Railroad. That's the way to do it. Not like
I haven't seen that yet.
It's a fantastic limited series. Does a really good job of like trying to add like hope and things like that. It's great. I very much recommend that series a lot. But if you are looking forward to Alice, it does come out on March 18th. I hope it turns out to be good, but I do not have a lot of faith in it very much at all. The next movie, though, I actually do have quite a bit of faith of, and that is Windfall.
I forgot how gorgeous this place is.
This guy breaks into my house.
Holy! And you just sit down on the couch.
Okay, but how about you let go of my wife first?
All right, so a few things to note right off the bat with this one. It is directed by Charlie McDowell, who I think is a very overlooked director. The one I love is a movie from 2014 that I think is very underrated. A lot of people don't really talk about it, but it's a very interesting movie. I don't want to get into much of what it's about, but it's one that I really do like a lot. And of course, you know, something they mentioned in the trailer is that it's from one of the writers of Seven, which is really cool. I think this has a lot of potential behind it. I really like the premise of this one a lot, where we focus on this wealthy couple. They're in a vacation home, and all of a sudden, Jason Segel is robbing their house, and they don't really know what to do at that point. I think that seems like it could be a very intriguing premise, and what an interesting cast you have here too. I mean, not just Jason Segel, but also having Jesse Plemons, who you guys know anything he does, as long as it's not Antlers, where he doesn't give a fuck, I'm excited for it. And then Lily Collins being in something like this, I think is really cool too. I think she's a very overlooked actress, and I always get excited when she's in things. So yeah, I think this has a lot of potential behind it. I really like the style of this movie as well. It seems like it's going to be a very intriguing thriller, and I hope it's one of the better ones of these thriller movies that Netflix does, because they don't seem to do very well with them. But with the right talent attached and some really good actors, actors and directors involved and things like that, I think this one has a lot of potential. So I'm looking forward to this one quite a bit. What are you snickering about?
Waffles.
Oh, okay, yeah, waffles are funny.
Yes.
The way you just eat them with some syrup, it just.
I've been really excited for this one actually, since I saw the trailer. And I'm happy Lily Collins is actually getting more of a role, because Emily in Paris really doesn't showcase her acting skills at all.
No.
And that show is very cheesy. It's not that great. But anyway, I think this movie will definitely showcase her more, and the cast is great, and this film looks really intriguing, and I'm excited to see it.
Henry, why did you call me?
I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Did I?
I mean, it seemed like you did.
All right. That's not Windfall, but yeah, this looks really interesting. Like, I don't know how it's gonna go, but I did like. It's from Charlie McDowell, who also directed The One I Love, which is a movie I really did like, and we got a really good cast here with Lily Collins and Jesse Plemons and Jason Segel, who I guess Jason Segel came up with the story for this, which is cool.
Oh shit! Okay, I didn't know that. That's
So,
interesting.
yeah, I'm interested to see how it goes.
Yeah, so if you are looking forward to Windfall, does come out on March 18th. Also coming on March 18th, this is another one that did not have a trailer, but thankfully we waited when we did because now it does have a trailer, and it's one that I've actually been intrigued for a little bit now that Aly is going to introduce.
This one is Master.
When you go to a school that's nearly as old as the country, you can expect to hear a few.
It can be really hard for students of color. Just know I'm here.
It's amazing, Gil. First black master.
Very exciting.
It is.
Well, I will say, obviously, the representation is wonderful. We always love that.
Oh, yeah.
I think this one looks pretty well done. I don't really remember much of it from watching the trailer, but it does look pretty good, hopefully. I don't really have much to say about this one. I'm just hoping it's good. If not, we'll see. Yeah, I'm just honestly, like with this one, I just have to see if it's good or bad.
This one I'm honestly really excited for. This was another Sundance one that I really did want to catch, but I just didn't get around to it. And I'm definitely very intrigued. I really like the premise of this one a lot, where you have, Regina Hall and this other woman, and they're both, college professors, and they start to share like really like disturbing experiences at this very like predominantly white college. There's a lot you can really do with that. And I think that they are doing a really good job just from the trailer here. Regina Hall getting to lead a movie is very exciting. I think these are exactly the kind of films that she needs to do. This is very much in like her ballpark, and I think she's really going to kill it here. So I'm very excited to see what she does. Aside from her, I mean, Amber Gray, I always like seeing in things, but also getting to see Talia Ryder in something after Never, Rarely, Sometimes, Always. I'm excited to see, what she ends up doing in this movie as well. I just think this has a lot of potential behind it, as a very like creepy atmosphere and things like that. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to this one. I'm glad that it's already coming out, because unfortunately, like I said, I didn't get to catch it at Sundance. Sunglasses, you got anything to say? You have anything productive to say about this movie?
Yeah, it looks interesting. Like, there's pretty cool concept. Hope it's good.
All right. So if you are looking forward to Master, it does come out on March 18th. That's everything coming out on March 18th. We're going to get into the last week here of March, which of course is March 25th, starting off with the only other big theatrical release coming out this month. It's kind of crazy how like this month went from it is a very stacked month, but not really for theatrical releases. And Henry's going to talk about this next one.
The Lost City of Dick.
Is not ladies and gentlemen, the world's sexiest cover model, Dash McMahon!
You do know you're not Dash, right? Dash is a character I made up. Dash! Oh my god. Oh crap.
Miss Sage, I enjoyed your book about the Lost City, and I believe you're the one who can help me find its treasure.
I have to respectfully decline.
I'm afraid I must insist.
Unchain me!
That's your seatbelt.
Cake by the Ocean. Yeah, this does not look that good in my opinion, but we got quite a cast here with Sandra Bullock, Channing Tatum, Daniel Radcliffe, and Brad Pitt are all here for some reason. And yeah, I remember like I heard the title The Lost City of D for like a while, but now it's just The Lost City, I guess. But I don't know. Maybe it'll be good. Like hopefully it's at least entertaining, but yeah, I've not been impressed by what I've seen.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people be very negative towards this trailer and things like that. And I think I'm going to be in a bit of a minority here when I say I'm actually kind of looking forward to this. I think this looks quite fun. I like especially the dynamic that I'm seeing between like Channing Tatum and Sandra Bullock, you know, where she's like this writer and, you know, he believes that he's like as good as his character and they're kind of clashing and they're like thrown into, you know, this situation where he has to be the one to rescue her and things like that. I think that could be really fun. Getting Brad Pitt, you know, roped into the mix, I think that could be a really fun dynamic as well. And Daniel Radcliffe playing this like crazy fan that's like so obsessed with Sandra Bullock that like he literally wants to kidnap her and have her go on like her own like sort of quest. I just think seems like a really fun idea. I just hope this is like a really fun sort of like adventure comedy. I feel like we don't get a lot of comedies like this these days, and this kind of seems like a nice little like fun throwback to like I've seen people compare like Romancing the Stone and things like that. And that's a really fun, like, you know, romantic comedy from like the 80s. And I hope that this one can be similar to that. I think it actually does look quite fun. So yeah, I'm honestly looking forward to this one, especially considering it's one of the only theatrical releases coming out this month. I hope it delivers because I think it looks fun.
I'm actually really excited for this one. It gives me like vibes of like Jumanji and Jungle Cruise a little bit.
Yeah, that as well.
And it just looks really fun. And like I love Sandra Bullock so much, and Daniel Radcliffe's in it. He's great, and Channing Tatum's cool too. He's doing a lot this year already, like 2 big movies. Yeah, I hope it's good. Even if it's not the best movie, I'm still excited to see it, and it should just be really fun overall.
All right, so The Lost City, if you're looking forward to it, it does come out on March 25th, hoping it turns out to be quite fun. But the next one we're talking about, this is a film that is a very special one that I'm very excited to introduce, and that is Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
Evelyn, I'm not your husband. I'm another version of him from another universe. I'm here because we need your help.
Very busy today. No time to help you.
Across the multiverse, I've seen thousands of Evelyns. You can access all their memories, their emotions, even their skills.
All right, so this one I think looks absolutely incredible. I mean, I'll get it out of the way right now. The biggest thing that has me excited for this film is the fact that the Daniels are attached to it. Swiss Army Man is one of my favorite movies of 2016. Probably my second favorite movie 2016 next to La La Land. And I really do love that movie a lot. I think it's very creative, but also has a lot to say and it's surprisingly very heartfelt and things like that. With such a ridiculous premise, they found a way to do something really special with that. And what I like about this film is that it's something completely different. Like that movie was way more of like this sort of, you know, pseudo drama of sorts. This is way more of like a sci-fi movie. And the fact that we have an indie film that is like a straight up sci-fi film dealing with like, you know, like the multiverse and things like that has me very intrigued, to say the least. I think this has a lot of potential behind it. And what a cast too. I mean, obviously Michelle Yeoh, always get excited to see her in things, but you know, Jenny Slate, Harry Shum Jr., Jamie Lee Curtis being in this is not something I would have expected, but I'm very excited to see what she really is going to do here. It seems like she is doing some deceptive shit, really lying to like Michelle Yeoh about what's going on. So I'm excited to see you know, what Street really does. And then the Russo brothers are producing this, which is like really interesting. So like, this is just a really interesting, you know, direction for the Daniels to go in overall. And I hope this film very much does deliver. I think it has so much potential behind it. It's such a creative premise. There's so much that they can really do with it here. And it's like a fully original film. And that's something I really love about like the Daniels as directors, is that they are making such like creative and original films. And I hope that this turns out to be another big success for them. I know they had the death of Dick Lawn, but only one of the Daniels was involved with that. This is really like them fully reuniting and coming back together. And I think this film is going to be just really something great. And I hope it turns out to be, because I really am just so excited for this one. It's one of those trailers where whenever I see it, I am just so hyped. Besides the Batman, like this is my most anticipated of the month for sure. I cannot wait for this one, anxiously awaiting and hoping that this comes to my theater.
I'm really excited for this one as well. I just saw it at the theater the other day when I went to see Dog, and it looks so good. And Jamie Lee Curtis is just always incredible, so I'm excited to see her in it. And this cast looks like they're going to do a great job. And I have really high expectations for this song, for this movie.
It's a song.
Apparently, it's a song now.
It's a song.
I just can't talk today. But yeah, I'm excited I think this one's going to be really great, and I am super excited for it.
Yeah, this looks really cool. Like, we got Michelle Yeoh out here traveling multiverses and shit, saving the world. Yeah, and it's cool having people involved, and yeah, definitely interested in seeing what this is all about. And we got David Byrne on the soundtrack as well.
Oh yeah. I didn't even know that. Holy shit, that's so cool.
Yes, there's like there are at least like a lot of like the people who are gonna be on the soundtrack. Like Andre 3000 is gonna play the flute.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm interested to see this shit.
There's a lot of cool shit going on there. But yeah, if you're looking forward to Everything Everywhere All at Once, it does come out on March 25th. I think it's going to be a really special film, and I really hope that, if people end up seeing it and that it does deliver. But also coming out on March 25th is another film that, again, just kind of came out of nowhere because we just don't market films well these days, I guess. But either way, Aly's going to introduce this next one.
This is Infinite Storm.
This storm's too big. I'm not gonna make it. I have to turn back.
See you soon, bitch!
What the?
Hello there!
Hey!
This one looks pretty intense and intriguing. I hope it's good. I don't really know much about it besides when I first saw the trailer. It looks pretty good in my opinion. I hope. Who knows? It could flop, but I'm excited to watch it. I'm definitely interested.
Damn, they're making a sequel to the Mark Wahlberg movie Infinite already. I can't believe it. No, I'm in all seriousness.
No.
Come on, you want that Infinite too. Come on, let's go. No, but in all seriousness, this looks okay to me. Look, the one thing I will say right off the bat is we know, since it's from Bleecker Street, that this is not going to get any promotion whatsoever because they are fucking terrible with promoting movies because, well, they don't really have the budget. So, like, they don't really do a good job with marketing at all and things like that. I will say, like, visual-wise, this looks incredible, like, especially the shots of her, like, stranded in, like, the snow and things like that. And, the whole storm going on. That looks very intense. It just, story-wise, it looks a little hollow to me. Like, she finds a guy who also is there. They try to, like, survive on their own and try to get through the storm. Like, we've seen this a bunch of times. It's like Gold, where it just doesn't really seem like it's doing anything particularly interesting, except this one I can kind of marvel a bit more when it comes to, like, the aesthetic But aside from that, I'm not really getting that much from this one. It looks just kind of okay. Naomi Watts is a great actress. There's some good actors behind this, but other than that, I don't really have a lot to say.
Yeah, it looks like fine. Like, I think Naomi Watts is gonna give a good performance.
Oh yeah.
I think there's some good stuff there, but hopefully it's good.
All right, so Infinite Storm, if you're looking forward to it, it does come out on March 25th. We're going to go ahead and get into this next one, which Henry is going to introduce.
It is Mothering Sunday.
I don't know why you only do that on Sundays, but anyway.
Good morning, Jane.
Morning, sir.
Jay, that you?
Yes, madam.
I'll be on my own, 11 o'clock. We're late, my dear.
Certainly the pace you drive, we will be.
You're a writer.
Yes, I write.
And when did you become a writer?
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
British people. Yeah, this looks like pretty decent. Like, I really don't know much about it, but it could be something good, but it doesn't look like something I'll remember, but yeah, we'll see.
I feel like just the sentiment of British people kind of just sums it up.
Yeah.
Boring. Made me almost fall asleep. I don't have anything to say. Olivia Cook, great actress, but my God, this does not. Olivia Colman, Odessa Young, love them. But Colin Firth, this does not look like something I'm gonna enjoy. Yeah, looks boring. Aly, go ahead.
Yeah, this looks fine, I guess. It looks kind of forgettable. Maybe I'll probably still watch, but I don't really have. I have really low expectations for it. It's kind of forgettable when I watch the trailer, but I mean, it looks okay.
All right, so if you are looking forward to Mothering Sunday, it does come out on March 25th. And now we've made it to the last movie here that we're going to be discussing. It's on, I know, Henry's ready to like fall asleep. It's coming out on March 30th, and that is Nitram.
And sometimes I watch myself. Hey, Dad. Hi, man. But I don't know who it is that I'm looking at.
Do you walk dogs?
Yeah, I do.
Maybe you could walk my babies for me.
If I could just change it, but I don't know how.
So this one looks, I didn't know really anything about going into it. I knew that like Caleb Landry Jones was in it and Essie Davis, and especially, you know, Essie Davis being in something always excites me, especially with her performance in, you know, her performance in The Babadook. But this looks fucking wild. Oh my God. Like, I don't know a lot of what's going on. I don't know a lot about like the 1996 Port Arthur massacre, but clearly it was a pretty significant event from what I've heard. Like, it's something that the people in Australia have never really like forgotten about. And it seems like this movie's really going to capture that quite well, how that event like set in motion and what really led to like his involvement in all of that. And my God, Caleb Landry Jones seems like he's going to give such a knockout performance here. Always kills it in like anything he's in. I think he's a very overlooked actor, but it really seems like he is going to kill it here. I can't wait to see what he ends up doing in this movie. You know, I think in terms of cinematography, it looks really great. This just is really another one that just kind of snuck up on me, but watching the trailer, I am very much looking forward to it. It looks like it's going to be a real wild ride, and I don't really know what exactly it's going to be, but I'm very much here for it because it looks like something really crazy that I'm not going to forget anytime soon. Oh, you're muted. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Damn.
Yeah. I think
I only muted because you were while the trailer was playing. You weren't muted, so.
Oh, sorry.
It didn't mute you for some reason. I don't know why.
No,
like
it's
it's supposed to do it automatically.
Yeah, I was like, but anyway, I think I didn't really know much about this one until I saw the trailer, but it looks pretty wild and intense. I'm excited. I mean, just like everything about it looks pretty crazy. I hope it's good. Yeah, I don't really have much to say about it because I don't really know that much, but just from the trailer, it looks pretty good.
Yeah, it looks like a pretty interesting film. Like, it's based on a true story, which is cool, and you got some good cast, and of course, from the director of Assassin's Creed, which
oh no,
not a very good movie.
No, not at all.
But I also did Macbeth before that, which was good. So
I need to see that one.
So yeah, I hope it's good.
All right. So if you are looking forward, he also did a True History of the Kelly Gang in 2020, which I heard was pretty good. No, that's not about us. But if you are looking forward to Nitrum, it does come out on March 30th. Hoping it turns out to be really great because it does look like a very special movie. And with that, we're done. Those are all of the movies that are coming out in March that we'll be discussing. But before we do wrap things up here, we are going to go ahead and get to both of my guests here and let them plug their outros, even though you probably already know them at this point. But Aly, go ahead.
All right. Follow me, Aly KossanXO, on Twitter. Yes. If you want my Snapchat or Instagram or Facebook or anything, just hit me up. I'm always available. I'm always down for making new friends. And of course, stay tuned for a conversation with Kelly for Big Brother Canada, Survivor, and Beyond the Edge, which we're probably just going to do a season review.
Crazy month. A lot of stuff to talk about.
I'm excited. We still have to watch the first 2 episodes of We Can, even though we do know what happens. But yeah, stay tuned for those. I'm very excited.
Melina robbed.
I know. Yeah. Also, apparently Marty's HOH.
Oh shit! I would not have expected that. But with that being said, Henry, go ahead. I don't know. That's all. Someone I don't know what to expect from. Henry, go ahead.
She's gonna be somebody's babe.
No.
Anyway.
Fuck. Okay. Send that site that has nothing to do with that movie but copyrighted my video my way again. Come on.
Okay. You can follow me on Twitter at Henzo Ewing, on Instagram and Snapchat as well at Henry Ewing, on Letterboxd. You can find my YouTube channel, which is just my name, Henry Ewing. I'll be posting an hour-long version of the New Line Cinema logo there soon, so stay tuned for that.
Yes. I'm still recovering from that. I hate you so much. Anyway, that's it for this installment of the movie preview. Always fun to do these for sure. Very excited for what looks like a very promising month for movies. I hope that's exactly what ends up happening because February was kind of shit. But that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We will see you guys in our next video, and we'll see you guys for that. Okay, bye.
Bye.